Welcome to the live demo section for our GV-ASManager. My name is Aaron. I'll split up this live demo into 4 parts. The first part, I'll demonstrate how you can add a door controller to ASManager, how to create users, and then also assign data groups for them. So they have different data group for access, and also how you can set up a PTZ camera to go to one of the presets when access is granted on one of the readers. This way you can have a live view of the door. Okay, first I'll demonstrate how to add a controller to GV-ASManager. Okay, so you go to your Windows, C drive, access control folder, ASManager, and then look for an app called GV-Net Module Utility. Here, double click, run it. Okay, using this you can search for all the controllers connected on your network. So let's say today I want to add a GV-AS1010. So from here I can check the IP address 192.168.1.20. So okay, so I go back to ASManager, go to setup, devices, click on this, add, choose a model, so AS1010, click OK, and then here you can set up your door, so you enable it. Here you type in the IP address of the controller, so 192.168.1.20. Type in the username and password, and then crypto key. Default is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 digits. Click OK when done. Okay. Okay, there you have the okay, next I'll demonstrate how to add a user to a access group for access. Okay, so let's say today I'm setting up a access group for sales. I first go to time zone here. Okay, here you can create a new schedule. Let's say for sales department 2. Okay, so here you can draw depending on what time you want the access to be granted to sales department 2. So you can just drag, okay, click yes, okay, and then next you go to your weekly schedules, and then you can add a new one, sales department 2. Okay, so here you can select the schedule that you just created for sales department 2. Okay, next go to holidays. If you have any holidays, you can set it up here. Otherwise you can go to access groups here. Let's say create a new sales department 2. Okay, same for this, sales department 2. So I can choose the time zone for the controllers, each doors, if I want to give them access or not, depending on what you configure for your schedules. So let's say they are restricted from entering the door 3 and 4. Okay, so only the first door 1 and 2, door 2 of AS810, they are allowed to enter. And then here you can set a data group depending on which one you want. So let's say data group 1 is for sales department 2 as it. Okay, so you can here go to personnel, you can add a new user. So let's say Aaron, and then here you can choose which data group. Okay, next you can add a card here, add new card. Let's say this card is for Aaron from sales department 2. Let's say I have a card number of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And then here I can choose the access group that I created, sales department 2. Okay, so as you can see, these access restrictions are based on what you configured early on. And then you can choose a data group for this card as well. Okay, so this is how you add a new user and create the schedule, and also how to assign them to each access group or data group. Okay, for the next live demo, I'll show you how you can set up a PTZ camera to go to one of its presets when access is granted. You can either go to the GV MVR if you have one, or you can use the camera web UI Okay, so if you are using GV-ASManager, you go to this, enable the PTZ panel. Here, let's say I want the camera to go to this door when access is granted. So I can set up the PTZ preset here. So let's say I set it to PTZ preset 1. Okay, have it go back to the home point, and then go to GV-ASManager here. So I have to map the camera to this door first. So go to settings, right click. Okay, so here you can map the cameras. Let's say I'm mapping it to MVR, so camera 2, LPR, camera 2. Okay. Okay, so this is the live view of the camera. And then you go to Tools, Notifications. Here you can choose Access Granted. To Sales Department 2, choose the door 3 just now that we mapped the camera to. And then click on this one, Trigger Preset for the camera 1 of that door. So preset 1 was what we set just now at the GV-ASManager. Okay, click Apply. Okay, so now when you swipe the card at the GV-ASManager, the camera will move to the door that we set as the preset 1 just now, as you can see here. For the second part of the live demo, I'll demonstrate how you can enroll fingerprints in ASManager, how you can synchronize your fingerprints that you enrolled to fingerprint readers, and also how you can do some queries in ASWeb. Next, I'll teach you how to enroll fingerprint in GV-ASManager. Go to Personnel here, Users. So just choose any user. So let's say this one. Go to Fingerprint here. So I'm using GeoFinger GF1922 to enroll the fingerprint, and it's connected through TCP/IP. So choose TCP/IP here for the connection type, and then do a search. Okay, you search for all the GeoFinger in the LAN. So this is the GF1922. Choose this, and then click here, enroll fingerprints. Okay, so once I input my fingerprint at the fingerprint reader, swipe it twice. Okay, the fingerprint is added. So next, you also have to assign the card to the fingerprint. Okay, so this is how you add a fingerprint, enroll it to ASManager. Okay, next let me demonstrate how you can sync the fingerprints that you enroll with your fingerprint reader, so you can use your fingerprint to open the doors. First, make sure the tools servers here, GeoFinger server, is enabled. Next, go to Setup here, go to Fingerprint Access. So let's say I want the fingerprint to be able to open door 1 on GV-AS810 controller. So this is the fingerprint that you enrolled just now. Select it and then click on Add. Okay, close. Next, click on door 1 here, right click, sync GeoFinger. Okay, so once the sync is done, then you can use your fingerprint on the door 1 reader to open the door. Demonstrate how you can use ASWeb to remotely connect to ASManager. Okay, first go to ASManager, Tools, Servers. Make sure the web server is running in ASManager. Okay, next, go to your IE browser. Here, type in the IP address of the ASManager and then enter. You'll come to this page. Click on ASWeb. Type in your ASManager login details. Okay, so this is the UI of ASWeb. So here you can check lots of different information like the controller status and also door status here. Okay. You can also check the camera list if you have cameras mapped in ASManager. You can also check the live view of the cameras. So let's say click here, live video. I want to check the live view of one of the doors in ASManager. Okay, so this is the live view from the camera. You can also check your access log here. Okay, so these are all the access events granted here. You can click this for a snapshot of the event. You can also click this for playback. Here we have some filters that you can use to do some search. So for example, I want to check access granted for which door. So you can also set a period of time and then click search. Okay, so these are the some of the queries that you can do in AS Web. For the third part of the live demo, I'll show you how you can configure AS Remote, how you can set up TA Web, and also how you can generate reports for payroll, how to set up VM Web. Next, I'll demonstrate how to configure AS Remote. So first, go to GV-ASManager, Tools, Servers. Make sure the Remote Monitor server is enabled. Then run the AS Remote application. Right-click here. You can add a host. Here, type in the host name, and then the IP address of the GV-ASManager. The login, and make sure the port is correct. And then here, click Add. Okay. Tick this. Click OK. And then right-click on this. Click on Connect. Okay, so here you are connected to GV-ASManager remotely. So this is the first reader ID one, GV-AS810, and it has 2 doors enabled, like in ASManager. And here you can remotely unlock the door or force lock the doors. You can also see a live view and playback here. Okay. Okay, next I'll demonstrate how you can set up a TA Web. So same, go to your IE browser, type in the IP address of GV-ASManager. You come to this page, click on TA Web, type in your GV-ASManager login details, login. Okay. Next, go to your TA shift, set up a shift. Okay, so let's say I add one for FAE. Start work time, let's say it's from 9 to 6 p.m. So advanced period is the period that you are allowed to arrive for work early. So let's say I set it at 1.5 hours. Extended period, this is the total amount of time that the employee is allowed to work overtime. So let's say I set it at 3 hours. And then the overtime buffer period is the time buffer that starts the count for the overtime pay after the end work time. So let's say I set it at 30 minutes. So overtime pay will start counting at 6:30 p.m. Okay, so you can also set the break time here. So let's say from 12 to 1:30 is the first break, and then you have the second break time that you can set to. So let's say at 3 to 3:30 p.m. that's the second break. Okay, click Saved. Okay. Next, go to TA template to apply the shift. So let me add a template. Let's say for FAE. So this is the recurring days. So let's say for a period of 7 days, and I can include holidays if I want. Okay, so let's say I choose FAE, the shift that I just created just now. Okay. So here in the description you can type. Okay, click on Save. Okay, so the template is created. Okay, next you have to set up your TA holiday if you want to include holidays. So click here. So let's say there's a public holiday on September the 21st. So I click this. Click Add Holiday. You can just type in the public holiday or whatever festival that is. Okay. Okay, done. Okay, next go to TA schedule to assign the template you created to the employees. Okay, so choose FA department. I want to assign the FA template. Click on Assign Template. Okay, choose the FA template. Okay, choose whichever day you want to start the template. Okay, you can override the original schedule, or you can keep the original one just to overlap this one. So since this is a new one, I'll just click override the original, and then I'll apply this to the FA department. Click OK. So as you can see here, the shift and the template is assigned to the FAE employees here. So how do you generate a TA report? So for example, I want to check the daily time card, what time the employee is coming today. So let's say I can double click on daily time card. Okay, and I can choose the date here. Okay, select the departments. I want to select all. Okay, click on run. Okay, here you can see the punch in and punch out time of all the employees on this day. You can also save this report as something like a bookmark, so in the future you can just double click and you'll be able to see this report instantly without doing all the configuration again. You can also export the report in CSV file, HTML file, or PDF file format. Okay. As you can see here, here are some of the reports that I saved. So you can double click. Let's say daily time card. Okay. So this is the report that I saved early on. You can just double click and view it instantly. We also have a pie chart for average hour summary, exception summary, and payroll summary. So let's take a look at exception summary. This is one that I created early on. Okay, so these are the exceptions like in late, in early, out late, or missed punch. Okay, you can also do some filters like in late or over hours, overtime. Click on run. Okay, so here you can see the filters. So this is how you can do a TA report for TA Web. Okay, next I'll demonstrate how to use VM Web. Use your IE browser, type in the IP address of the ASManager here. Okay, you come to this page, click on VM Web, type in the login details here. Okay, so if you want to set up your mail server, you can set it here, System Settings, Visitor Web. Okay, so this is where you can set up your mail server. Okay, so let's say today I want to manually add a visitor here. Click on New. Okay, click OK. Okay, so this is a visitor. I can click on New here, demands for visit, manually. So let's say I'm arriving at 6 p.m. Okay, and then click on permit here. You can assign a visitor card. So this is the card that it's created in ASManager for visitors. Click here. Here you can choose when you want to deactivate the card. You can either user define the time, or you can choose like 1 hour later, or maybe all day. You can go in and enter and exit all day. Okay, so double click on this card to assign. Click on update. Okay, so to manually check out, you can double click on this, click on checkout, and then click update. So this is how you can manually assign a visitor card to a visitor. You can also export the visitor records using a CSV file format. Just click on export. Okay, period. Okay, and then you can save the file. Thank you. For the final part of the live demo, I'll teach you how to recover ASManager's database if it's corrupted, how you can configure and also remotely view your ASManager status with a GV-ASS mobile application, and lastly, how to set up a remote lockdown application so you can remotely lock down all the doors in case of emergencies. Next, I'll demonstrate how to recover your database in case it's corrupted. Go to Windows Explorer, C Drive, Access Control, ASManager folder, search for an application called ASDBmanager. This one, run it. Okay, click on this one, ASManager database settings. Here you can either back up your database, export it to somewhere, or you can recover it from the file that you exported. You can also select compact database. This is to repair the database in case it's also corrupted but still repairable. Okay, now I'll introduce how you can set up the GV-ASS to remotely connect to GV-ASManager. Okay, so as you can see, this is the GV-ASS UI. So click on config, and then click on this plus to add a new service. Type in the ASManager name. And then the IP address of the ASManager. And then type in the login. Okay, so once it's added, you can see the status of all the doors here. So as you can see on this UI, you can check on the status of the doors here. So as you can see on door 4, it's remote force lock. You can also see the alarm and access denied icon lighting up in red. Okay, you can also check on the live view of the door by clicking on here. So door 3. Okay, this is the live view of the door with the alarm status here. You can also remotely control your door here. Okay, you can remote unlock your door, force unlock, force lock, or disable lockdown, or even remotely lock down. Okay, you can also just directly unlock your door by clicking here. Okay, the same options for the remote door lock or unlock will be here. You can also check on LPR here. Let's say you have 2 lanes, you can also check the live view by clicking here. Okay, so this is the live view of the LPR camera. You can also remotely unlock the gate here. Okay, so these are the main functions of GV-ASS. Next, I'll demonstrate how to use the lockdown app that you can download from our website to remotely lock down all the doors in GV-ASManager. Okay, so first go to GV-ASManager, Tools, Servers. Make sure the remote monitor server is enabled. Okay, then go to the lockdown app here. Click on this, add host. Type in your host name for GV-ASManager, the IP address of GV-ASManager. Okay, make sure the port is matching the remote monitor server port in GV-ASManager. Type in the login information. Okay. Okay, so here the app is connected to GV-ASManager. So in case there is an emergency and you need to lock down all the doors, just click on this icon, lockdown. Okay, so in GV-ASManager here, you can see that all the doors are remotely locked down. So how to unlock the doors? Click here. You can right click, disable door lock operation, and the doors will be back to normal. This is the end of the video tutorial. If you need more product information, you can go to our website at www.geovision.com.tw. If you have any technical questions and you need our help, you can also email them to support@geovision.com.tw. Thank you.